Sticky Beans by Becky Bertha. Cold winds ripped through Marshall Luma's old wool jacket. The snow froze his toes right through his hand-me-down boots. He ran up the steps into a steamy kitchen. "What's for dinner, Ma?" "I'm starving." "Get those boots off and hang up your coat," Ma said without looking around. "And I don't want to hear any complaints about dinner." But Marshall had already peeked into the big pot. "Beans? Again? Ah, Ma, can't we ever have anything else?" "Yes, it's beans again, and we're lucky to have them. So get washed on the double and set the table." Marshall didn't feel so lucky. The elbows in his jackets were almost worn down, almost all the way through. Dad had been out for work for months, and there was no money. The house was crowded since Aunt Minnie and Uncle Matt moved in. Now Marshall had to share a room with his little brother and sister, Tommy and Patsy, and he was starting to hate beans. And when Mom pulled out her mending basket, Marshall showed her his worn-out jacket. Dad turned on the radio. "President Roosevelt is going to speak tonight," he said. "Maybe he found a way to get America out of this mess we're in." Marshall was halfway through his homework when the president on the radio. He didn't understand all the big words. He knew that Mr. Roosevelt was on the poor people's side. On the school the next morning, Tommy trudged in past Kelpin Furniture Store. Whenever Marshall helped Ma carry groceries home, he would stop and look in the shiny sewing machine in the window. "Only $23.95, the sign had said. That was only $23.95 that Ma would never have. Today, alongside the sewing machine, was the biggest jar of beans he had ever seen. There was a different sign. "How many beans are in this jar? Win this brand new sewing machine." "How many beans they got in there, Marshall?" Tommy pulled out Marshall's sleeve. 100? 1,000? "How should I know?" Marshall answered. But he was thinking, "I know somebody who would know." On the way home through the store window again, ladies were writing little cards on paper and pushing them right through the slot into a big box. After that night, Ma checked his homework. Marshall told her about the contest. The next day when Tommy went home, said, "I went to the furniture today." She was cooking beans again. "Did you enter in the contest?" "That's so fast. I need a little more time to chew it over." "Aren't you going to complain about having beans?" Ma joked. Marshall shook his head. "I figure the more you know about beans, the better." That night's homework was a page of arithmetical problems. How many cups are in a pint? Marshall knew the answer too. How many pints are in a quart? Ma was looking over his shoulder. "Boy, don't you know how many pints fit in a quart?" she asked. Jar in the cellar, Ma kept food she had canned for Dad's garden. There were more empty jars than full ones. Last winter, when Ma sent them to fetch something, he and Tommy would snitch and pickle through the big crock at the foot of the stairs. Now, the pickle crock was empty too. Ma showed him how to fill up a small pint jar with water and pour it in a bottle to measure it. 2 pints filled a quart, so 4 cups make a quart. After school the night, saw a new sign in Mr. Kelvin's window. "Only 2 days to make your guess." Kids were standing around. "Our Ma's going to win the sewing machine," Tommy piped up. "Your Ma?" Angus, a little girl in Marshall's class, whirled around the face of Tommy. "They won't let your Ma. Only white ladies can win the contest." Tommy shouted back, "That's not true." He had turned to Marshall and said, "Is it?" Marshall grabbed his brother's hand and marched into the store. "Come on, Tommy, we're going to find out." "Well, young man, what can I do for you?" Mr. Kelvin said to Marshall. "I have a question about the sewing machine contest rules. Can anybody win, or can only white ladies win?" Mr. Kelvin took off his glasses and looked at Marshall in the eye. Anybody can win the contest, he said. This is America. It will be fair. When Marshall and Tommy got home, Mom was cooking potatoes and cabbage, put 5 sacks of beans on the kitchen table. Where'd all those beans come from? Marshall asked. All of the church ladies and the neighbors after dinner. I want to help you boys count them. But run down to the cellar now. Marshall, go fetch me a pint jar of tomatoes. Out of habit, Marshall checked the pickle crate before starting back upstairs. Of course, it was still empty, but Marshall stopped on his tracks. The pickle crate! He was sure of it. It was the same size as a big jar of beans. They could count on how many beans fit into the pickle crate. Then Mom would know the right number. After dinner, Dad lodged the pickle crate up to the kitchen. They all crowded around the counting beans from the sack after dumping them into the crack. The last bean was number 4,341, but the 4,341 beans didn't fit much of the crack. Mom peered. Well, she said, the sign did say guess. I reckon that's what we do. Then Marshall remembered something from school. His class was finished measuring and how they know how to learn and estimate. It's better than guessing, Miss Doverhead said. Use what you already know to solve the problem. Marshall said, Ma, I know. Let's count how many beans fit in a quart jar and how many quarts will fill up the crack. When can they multiply beans at the same time as quarts to estimate the big number of beans? Ma grinned at him. Now you're cooking with a cat, she said. When they were finished counting the multiplying and the numbers, had Ma thought right through. 53,280 beans. On Saturday morning, Mr. Kaplan's furniture store was full of people. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 327 entries, and today we have a winner. First, let's reveal how many beans are in the jar. He unscrewed the lid and showed the number marked inside. 53,293. Marshall heard a gasp and a whistle. Holy mackerel, somebody said. Marshall's heart was throbbing hard. Ma's guess was too close. Was she going to win? Mr. Kaplan went on. One guess was off by only 13 beans. And the winner who guessed 53,280,000 beans is Mrs. Josephine Lumen from 7234 Mackerel Street. Ma, that's you. Marshall threw his arms around his mother's waist. Congratulations, Mr. Lumen. Mr. Kaplan shook Ma's hand. After Ma won the sewing machine, and